JFD, just fair and direct.
Okay, hello and good morning everyone. Welcome to JFD Traders Espresso with me, Darius Anucauskas. Today is the 13th of June 2022. So yep, welcome everyone. Welcome to this Monday's morning session where we're going to have a very quick look at the markets, review the charts, the usual stuff. But before we do that, as always, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimer. So, the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation, should not be considered as such, and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, I'll give you a few seconds to read the rest and we can continue. Okay, so now then, also just before we jump into the charts, as always, a quick mentioning of our JFD YouTube channel, to which you can always subscribe to in order not to miss any of our upcoming videos, and of course our JFD Bank, JFD Brokers website, jfdbrokers.com, which and specifically the market news and analysis page, which I believe you can find it useful. Now then, guys, jumping into the charts, the first one I want to pick up here is Nikkei 225. So yep, we had a strong decline, of course, followed by a big move to the downside on Friday in the US market, and yep, today we can see Nikkei is following suit, and it fell back below this downside resistance line taken from the high of the 14th of September. So in other words, at the moment, as long as it stays below that line, we will continue aiming lower. So excuse me, guys. And I do apologize for going blank there. I had to clear up my throat a little bit, so yeah, sorry, but a bit rusty. But anyway. Anyway, okay, there we go. Now we can go back to normal. So in terms of Nikkei, okay, so we drifted below this downside line. Okay, we're currently staying below it, and the most important, we also fell below the 27,072 territory. So previously I looked at it as a good area of resistance. Now it took the role of support, which got broken, and of course now this is looking very interesting for a few more sellers, to be honest, because now we could travel to this 26,578 territory, or even all the way towards this upside line taken from the low of the 9th of March. Now, this upside line is a little bit on the tentative side, but nevertheless, a good potential line to keep an eye on. Good potential area for maybe a bit of a pause here on the way lower. But at the moment, I will say this way, that as long as we stay below this downside line, below all of the EMAs as well, and yep, I will continue targeting lower levels. Shanghai Composite is holding on a little bit better, but yeah, of course, we'll see how that plays out. At the moment, I would say, yeah, it's still above this downside line, but as you can see, the index kind of drifted back down here and currently remains below this highlighted territory, below this highlighted resistance area that I spoke about previously. This is roughly between the 3,280 and the 3,290 levels. So yep, if you're looking for some higher levels, then a push above this barrier is needed. If we are trying to consider the downside here, well, basically, I previously said that I would like to see this one traveling below all of these trend lines here, And then, yeah, we could start looking at the downside. A few adjustments have to be made. Previously, I looked at this 3,226 territory. I think now we can adjust this a little bit here. So, yep, if we drop below this hurdle as well, this 3,210 territory, then yes, I will start aiming for this highlighted zone, which I previously talked about. Still, don't get me wrong, the 3,160 territory is the level for me to watch, because at the same time on this break of this level we could see a drop below the 21-day EMA. So yeah, I mean, a lot of things here could be nice to look at. But of course, for now we have to wait here. Although I am leaning a little bit maybe towards the downside, but again, with this one, I want to see how this is going to play out. So, jumping into Nasdaq 100. So, guys, Nasdaq 100. Yesterday on Friday, it yeah, declined quite heavily. You can see here this highlighted territory that I spoke about previously got reached, got tested, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, the cash index is now drifting further south. So yeah, we are currently sitting at around 11,560 territory. So we are not far from this lowest point of May, and if this is gonna get broken, guys, well, this is gonna turn out to be a little bit more ugly for the buyers, as more sellers could join in here. So on a break of this 11,512 territory, yep, more sellers could join in because a forthcoming lower low would be confirmed. I'm not already talking about this highlighted territory because we are trading lower on the cash index below it. So yep, keep your eyes on that, and keep your eyes mainly on this 11,512 zone. If that gets broken, the next target for me will be somewhere around here. This the lowest point of November of 2020, and that's near the 10,957 territory. So keep that in mind. Jumping into the S&P 500, guys, a similar story. Not much to kind of talk about here, but if you remember, I talked about this little range here. I told you to keep an eye on these two levels and wait for a confirmation breakout. And this is a perfect example why we are always doing that. So yep, we got that drop, we got that breakthrough, this lower side of the range, and look at this. We almost made our way to the lowest point of May, the same way kind of like with Nasdaq here, but we're a little bit further away, I would say, but nevertheless we're coming close to that. And yeah, we are keeping an eye on this. We are keeping an eye on that lowest point of May. The cash index right now is drifting lower, and yep, we are trading at around 3,800, and let me just quickly double check this, 3,829 levels. So yeah, we are below this hurdle. We're getting closer to that lowest point of May, so let's see if we can clear that. If we can, that's where I will start looking at some new levels here, and well, my next target will be this lowest point of March of 2021 near the 3,723 level, so keep that in mind. German index, DAX, look at this. Boom. Broke the upside line. This is what I mentioned, guys, last week. I mean, on now. Just bear with me one moment, guys. Let me just double check. I think there's a problem with the stream for some reason. No, okay, we're back to normal. Okay, wonderful. So what I said before, I said that yeah, if we drop below this upside line and below this highlighted territory, that's where, yep, a few more buyers could join in. Oh, sorry, sellers could join in. There we go. Well, exactly that happened, and we drifted lower, and we tested, not only actually we tested this upside line taken from the low of the 7th of March, but we actually also broke it. So yeah, I mean, this is not really looking good here for the buyers, and well, at the moment I would say I'm leaning further south, aiming further south, and currently the cash index is sitting at around 13,510 zone. So basically we are even below this little hurdle here, the low of the 19th of May, and it seems that we are traveling towards the lowest point of May near the 13,380 level. So let's keep an eye on that level. Let's see how this is going to play out. But again, yes, I mean, at the moment, the bulls are getting crushed. Again, don't get me wrong, a bit of a retracement here could be possible. However, if the price continues to trade below this upside line, taken from the low of the 7th of March, then yes, I will kind of class this up move here as a temporary correction before another possible leg of selling, guys. So something like this here could be possible as well, but again, at the moment we are already below some of the key support levels here, so yeah, so let's see how this is going to play out. I will adjust some of these levels later on. I mean, if we do climb back above this upside line, this is where I'll adjust the some of the levels, because they will have to go, some of them here. But again, let's see if we can actually climb back and stay above this upside line. If we cannot do that, then well, I mean, I will, like I said, I'll continue aiming lower. DXY dollar index. Look at this one. Of course, if the markets are in kind of in a bit of a turmoil, yep, we are drifting nicely to the upside here on the US dollar and DXY. Why? Because, well, the DXY, the US dollar, is seen as a safe haven. And together with the yen, so yeah, it's at the moment. Look at this. I mean, I've previously talked about this, and I said that if we push through that 102.65 territory right here, if we stay above it, then yep, I will aim for my next level near the 103.82, which we managed to reach perfectly, and we managed to overcome. Probably it needs to go now, no longer needed. Now I think the main focus is on the highest point of May near the 105 territory. So the 105 becomes the quite an important level to watch. I am currently aiming for that one. If we clear that one level, if we clear that barrier here, this will confirm a forthcoming higher high, and well, I mean, this is where we will start aiming further north, and well, I mean, I think that the next target here could be this one, the highest point of December 2002. Sorry, not this one. Sorry, the inside swing low of the the lowest point of September of 2002, near the 105.41 zone right here. And if that gets cleared, yes, the next target is the highest point of December of 2002, and that's near the 107.31. But let's go slowly on this one, not rush, and let's see if we first can reach this 105 territory. For the downside, well, I mean, for the downside, it's a little bit tricky here because, yeah, it's we're still above the upside line, not the one that I'm drawing right now, but this one right here, taken from the low of the 10th of February. So yeah, we are still above it quite a lot, and I would say if you're looking for some lower levels on this one, probably drop somewhere below this hurdle. This 103.22 zone would be needed. To be honest, at the moment, any kind of pullback, any throwback here could be classed as a temporary correction before another possible leg of buying. So at the moment, guys, I will be very careful with those shorts, unless, I mean, I'm getting maybe a clear breakthrough this upside, this shorter term upside support line taken from the low of the 30th of May. Gold, jumping into gold. So also is quite interesting. Look at this. On Friday we had a strong move initially to the downside. We broke some of the levels here, so this is one of those moments where I always say that wait for that kind of, daily close, and yeah, this is one of those moments. So basically we drifted lower, we got our little false breakout here, and I think that the upside line has to be drawn somewhere this way. Yeah, so we got our little this false breakout, we drifted lower, but then look at this, so quickly the bulls picked up, pushed this all the way towards that 1870 territory I spoke about previously. And we got us a bit of a, yeah, we overcame it, of course. Yeah, we stalled here near that 100-day EMA as well, and today we drifted lower. Maybe this could be seen just as a bit of a corrective move, I would say, because we're still above the subside line, and to be honest, I'm still keeping an eye on this 1870 territory. If we manage to clear it again, if we jump back above it, then yes, I will aim for the upside, and I'll aim for this downside line taken from the high of the 8th of March. So in other words, guys, if you're thinking that everything's getting positive here on one side, yes, because we have formed this kind of ascending triangle that I have been talking about for I think 2 weeks now. So yeah, we got that, we kind of got that breakout, that confirmation breakout, but still it's playing around here. Probably a bit of frustration happening here among the bulls, but let's be patient. Markets are always frustrating, so yeah, guys, I mean, that's unfortunately part of the game. Let's see if we can climb again above this 1870 territory. Let's see if the bears can surrender, and if they will, then yes, we will go for this downside line taken from the high of the 8th of March. Now jumping into WTI oil, guys. So yeah, WTI oil is drifting nicely to the downside. Look at this. I mean, it fell back below this 120.96 territory, and we are now kind of approaching this upside line, taken from the low the 11th of May, tentative, of course. Excuse me. Let's see if we can rebound from it. If we cannot and we break it, I will still prefer to maybe wait for a drop below this hurdle right here, this legendary 114.79 level here on my chart. Basically, that's the highest point of 2000 and not this one, right? This is the monthly chart. The highest point of 2011, guys. So yep, if we drift back below it, yep, we could see this one moving nicely here to the downside, guys, so keep that in mind. At the moment, all eyes are on this upside line. Can we rebound from it? If we can, great, but if you need a little bit more maybe reassurance here, I would say a push above this 123.15 level marked by the current highest point of June could attract more buyers here, and we could see a nice good push north. So now then, Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin, BTC USD. Here I have on my chart, and there we go. We had that violation of this highlighted territory, and if you remember, I talked a lot about this, guys. I was preparing you for this, and I said that if we drop and stay below this, then yes, we could go further south. And look how well this ended up testing this. This downside line here. Again, it's quite interesting because basically the reason why I have drawn something like that is that I want to see if this is not going to end up being as a nice falling wedge. Recently, if you have been following my videos, I have spotted a lot of these, and somehow so far they're working out. So what I'm talking about here is that my question here right now is, can we remain above this lower side of this potential falling wedge pattern? If we can rebound from this, then yeah, this gives us a bit of hope. However, if we start breaking it, ignore the whole falling wedge pattern, and to be honest, my next target then will be that 20,000 mark. That first major rally which we had here in 2017. So yeah, I will aim for that. I will aim for those peaks. We're not far, to be honest, so it's not a huge distance for this crypto to make. However, first, I want to see what's going to happen here. Also, what's interesting here is that we're currently resting near this lowest point of May, near the what's the level here? Let me just double check this very quickly. So this 25,338 territory. So we're currently sitting near it, and it's going to be quite interesting to see if we can rebound from it. If we can, Again, this also, like I said, could confirm that falling wedge idea. And if we, according to all the TA rules, a falling wedge could be a nice bullish indication, but a violation of the upper side of the wedge would be needed first. Until then, the instrument could trade within that pattern for quite a while. Jumping into a few pairs before I run out of time, guys, so I'll have to kind of fly through this a little bit quicker. Basically, Aud USD played out perfectly. I said that if we drop below the 0.7141 territory, last week I talked about this one, then my next target will be the 0.7110 or even this 0.7035 level, which we managed to reach perfectly. So yep, now I'm gonna see what's gonna happen here further, but yeah, if we continue to trade below this area, below this 0.7035 territory, then my next target is, I'm gonna go slowly on this one. My next target will be the 0.6953 zone. USD JPY, so this one still is on fire, continues to run higher, and look at this 135.16 level. We've reached that target, and let me just show you what I was talking about previously. I need to adjust this. There we go. So we've managed to reach that hurdle here, this 135.16, and this is the highest point of 2002, guys. So we've reached that hurdle, we've tested it. Now the question is, can we maybe see a bit of a retracement? I mean, look at this. At the moment, we are, yes, flirting with this upside line. We're flirting with this hurdle, this 135.16. But given the steep up move that we already had, we might see maybe a retracement. However, until we get a clear break through this upside line, we're not really doing anything here. And I would actually prefer to see a, let me just remove this very quickly. I would actually prefer to see a drop below the, somewhere here, this 133.19 level. Maybe even actually earlier, actually. I think, let me just double check this very quickly. I think there we go. Okay, so we are at a very interesting spot right now, guys. So, okay, this 134.48 level is somehow providing resistance right now. Look at this. Look, I'll try to zoom in here a little bit more. So this was the high of the 8th of June. Then we overshot it on the 9th of June, but still remained below it. On the 10th of June, we also tried to push above it, but failed, and we stayed below it. So this is quite an important level to watch, actually. If we're currently above that area, but the day is just starting, so let's see if we can actually stay below it. If we can stay below it, maybe this could lead to this break of this upside line. But let's, again, if you are trying to risk, let's say you decide to go in right now, guys. I mean, this is a bit of a kind of a hint here. If you, for example, decide to go in right now, then your stop loss should be somewhere around this 135.16, somewhere around there. Because if this gets broken and we stay above this 135.16, guys, then this is, yeah, this would confirm a forthcoming higher high, and well, we could go higher. Certainly, nothing is excluding to have a false breakout, but you know, that's part of the game, kind of. So yeah, let's see how this is going to play out, guys. But this is quite interesting. USD CAD, guys, this one is pushing nicely. Look at the strong move to the upside here. We rebounded from this upside line, so we talked a lot about this pair, and we rebounded from it. We pushed through this downside line here, and we continue to rally. So there we go. This idea that that talked about last week, this 1.2676 level, I spoke about that one and said that if we climb above this, this may attract more buyers into the game. Look at this. I mean, this did attract more buyers into the game, and the pair continues to move higher. The only thing is that I think that my target, which was here, let's say I'm still targeting that, but you know, if you enter here, then yes. I will, if you entered here, then now you have your stop loss on the break even or maybe even higher. So this idea is now working out perfectly. But if you're trying to enter something like here, but my target is still this 1.2895 area, I would say be a little bit more careful, because maybe we could see a bit of a retracement here or something like that. So it could become a bit more frustrating. Maybe even it could retrace all the way back to these EMAs here and then rebound and push higher. So that's why at the moment, guys, if you've missed this one, I would say don't try to chase the market. Just kind of, you know, we can find some new opportunities, and let's see how this is going to play out. If you are still in this trade, you could keep an eye on it. Like I said, you can, you know, of course, you have your stop loss already on a break even here, so or at least, you know, yeah, let's see if we can reach this 1.2895 level. GBP USD. So yeah, of course, drifting nicely to the downside. I talked about this when I said that if we drop below the 1.2472 territory, then yes, I'll aim for lower levels. My target has been reached, this 1.2329. Now this area becomes the one that I'm watching. If we continue to trade below it, my next target is the lowest point of May near the 1.2162 territory. GBP JPY, quite interesting here as well, because, well, again, we are drifting nicely to the downside. However, look at this one. We still have this upside line which could play out, and I would say that if we continue to slide, we could still, you know, find some support somewhere around here and rebound and push higher. So at the moment, I would say, yeah, there could be some more potential for a move lower here, but I'm keeping an eye on that 21-day EMA together with this upside line taken from the low, the 12th of May. Then yes, if we do rebound from it, I will still aim for the upside. Look at this. I mean, we had a good hold up near this 168.43 level. We overshot it, of course, but nevertheless, we still, you know, held nicely here. So this is an important level to watch as well. Euro CHF, I don't look at this one very often, as you can see by my drawings here, but let me actually, before I remove everything, actually, let me recycle some of these things here. Always recycle, guys. Here's a hidden message for you. Yeah, so we are still trading above this upside line. Look at this. I mean, we're still running nicely. We found good resistance, and this is where, let me use this highlighted territory. We found good resistance around here. Near this hurdle, this the 1.0492 territory, and to show you what that level was here, that's the lowest point of May of 2020. We got a hold up here. This area now acted as a fantastic resistance, so we're seeing a bit of a retracement. That's fine. But I would say there is still hope for the buyers to step in somewhere around here. So yeah, I'm keeping an eye right now at this 1.0351 level. It's coinciding with the 100 and the 21-day EMAs. So if we nicely rebound from it, we could see a push higher. But either way, guys, I wanted just to bring this one to your attention, because basically you could keep it for later, and if we do clear one of these levels here, or one of these sides, either this 1.0492, this could, yeah, open the door towards higher levels, or if we break this upside line taken from the low the 7th of March, then yes, we could go lower. So in other words, it's a good pair to watch. Could present itself with a nice opportunity, but we just have to wait a little bit. And finally, EURUSD, guys, there we go. So drifted lower nicely to the downside. We dropped below this 1.0636 level. We moved lower, and yeah, we are we've almost managed to reach my target, this 1.0460. So I've spoke about this level previously, so now I'm keeping an eye on it. Of course, my main target that I'm watching here is this 1.0340, just to show you what that level was here in the past. That's the lowest point of January of 2017, or in other words, the lowest point of 2017. So this is quite an important level to watch. I'm keeping an eye on it, and at the moment, my first target is around here near this 1.0460. If we clear that one, then yes, I'll go lower. If we do rebound from it, I will just continue observing the price action here, because for the upside, I would probably need to see this one climbing somewhere back above this 1.0636 territory, and then I'll only aim for this 1.0787, because it proved itself to be a nice area of resistance. So yeah, at the moment, that's the game plan. Unfortunately, unfortunately, maybe for some, it's maybe not as exciting as it could be, but it might. Sorry, not as it is right now, but it could be. It could be quite exciting, guys. But at the moment, like I said, yeah, keeping an eye on this 1.0460 territory. So I'll have to wrap it up here, guys. Thank you very much for watching and listening. I really appreciate your time, your views, your likes, guys, your comments, everything. I really appreciate that. So thank you very much. Thank you very much that you're leaving comments after the video is uploaded. So thank you for that. And I hope, I hope you'll join me tomorrow, as always, at my Traders Espresso. 6 o'clock GMT time. For now, have a wonderful trading day. Stay safe, have your stop losses in place, and everything will be fine. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.